Welcome to the Workamper Show, brought to you by Workamper.com. This podcast helps you discover how to finance your RV travel dreams. Each one of our episodes will introduce you to people who are already living the RV lifestyle or to work camping opportunities all around the U.S. You'll also learn how to hit the road the right way and make the most of every opportunity. Now let's turn over today's show to your host, Greg Gerber.
Today I'm talking with the manager of a family campground in New Hampshire about work camping opportunities available this summer. Today's episode is sponsored by Workamper News. Much more than just a job listing website, when you put the tools of this professional service into action, you'll find out just how easy it can be to turn your work camping dreams into reality. A Workamper membership opens the door to a one-stop shop for all things work camping. Being the original resource for work camping, you'll find the largest number of job listings, be able to connect with the community of work campers, and view resources compiled by experts who've been enjoying the RV lifestyle for many years. If you're serious about leading a successful and enjoyable work camping lifestyle, then membership is for you. Join today at www.workcamper.com. Embark on new adventures today with the support of Workamper News behind you. Robert Charest is the manager of Friendly Beaver Campground in New Boston, New Hampshire. Friendly Beaver is a family-owned, family-focused campground that has been in Robert's family for more than 45 years. In fact, Robert actually grew up there, then stepped away into the tech world for a while before returning years ago to help run the business. In this conversation, you'll learn what it's like to operate a campground that feels like a close-knit community, why seasonal campers are such a big part of that culture, and what kind of people tend to thrive in busy summer environments. If you're looking for a work camping position in New England, or you're simply curious about what it takes to keep a highly active, kid-friendly campground running smoothly, then you'll get a clear picture of the pace, the expectations, and the work camper personality traits that matter most. To tell us more about his campground and his work camping opportunities available there, please welcome Robert Charest, the manager of Friendly Beaver Campground, to the show. Thanks for joining me today, Robert. I really appreciate it. Tell me a little bit about Friendly Beaver Campground and how it got developed.
Yeah, thanks so much, Greg. So Friendly Beaver Campground, we are basically a family-owned, operated, and family-focused campground here in southern New Hampshire. My stepfather purchased it back in 1979, so it has been in our family ever since, for 45 plus years now. Pretty much focused on families, on lots of activities, lots of things for kids to do. Just a place for people to come up, get away from the city, and enjoy the woods and stuff here.
Does that mean that you grew up in the campground itself?
I did, yes. I've been here since I was 10 years old, yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I personally stepped away for a little bit to do some stuff with software, and I'm a technology person as well, but came back into the family business about 13, 14 years ago, and I absolutely love it. I missed it when I was gone.
I always thought it would be a blast to grow up in a campground because there's always new people around and there's so many activities to do. Tell me about the campground itself. How big is it?
We're on probably about 120 acres. We have about 300 sites here on the property. We're vast majority a year-round seasonal campground. So about 250 of those sites are rented by people who rent it for an entire year at a time. Not really a place for people who are living, but think of it like a second home. I get a lot of snowbirds, people who will come up for the summers and then go back down to Florida for the winters. And then a small portion of transients, sites available for tenting and trailer camping and such.
That sounds like it's an opportunity for the campground to develop as a true community then, because everybody knows each other.
It absolutely is. If you're going back to the parents, as a child, I could never get away with anything because anything I did wrong on the campground, somebody always knew and it always got back. For the more transient-based campground, I've been a lot more different because of the people aspects, but it's a very positive thing. Everyone knows everyone here and it's very welcoming.
What kind of jobs do the work campers do for you folks?
So it's pretty much anything you can think of in a campground. The four big categories are working in our store and office, greeting guests, checking guests in out. We have activities. Because we have activities pretty much every single day of the year during the summer, we do need several activity directors to help manage and run those. Then maintenance, just the wear and tear on the campground. You got to rake the site, you got to clean everything up type of thing. And then facility cleaners that help us clean the rec halls and lawn facilities and bathrooms and such.
How long have you folks been utilizing work campers?
We've actually used work campers for quite some time. It's probably been well over 20 years that I've had a work camper in here. We're very heavily getting into it in the past 5 or 6 years. We started bringing them more and more in. It's been a wonderful opportunity because it's people that are just looking for that seasonal work. And it helps us a lot during the summer months when we're really busy.
New Boston looks like it's in a relatively rural part of the state. Is it easier to get work campers than it is local hires?
Nowadays, I think it's far easier to get work campers as local hires. We used to pull a lot from the schools and such, but that seems to have dried up over time. And for the better, I think who I'm getting in and who's helping us now is far better now as a work camper than it is from a local school. I don't think it's too difficult to get people. It's funny how many people find us and go, oh yeah, I have family in the area, or I have friends, or I would love to be able to come up and stay there for the summer to come visit them. And so it's like a benefit for both of us.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Are these opportunities are seasonal, I'm assuming, because it gets really cold up where you are?
It does get cold. We are open year round. We're one of the few campgrounds in the New England that are truly open year round. But the vast majority of people that I need help for are during the summer months. There are a few opportunities to do things year round. I do have a staff that stays year round, but it is far more minimal than the summer.
What kind of commitment are you looking for from work campers?
It's pretty much it's the summers. So if you want to get more specific on dates, I generally work campers to come in around May 1st. That gives me a few weeks to be able to get some basic training in before Memorial Day and kicks off. And then it's up till Labor Day is where I really need people. There's opportunities in between Labor Day and Columbus Day to extend a contract out, but I'm very flexible after that point. If I can get through Labor Day, then I'm very happy. And then after Columbus Day, things just drop. There's just nothing to do here.
Okay. So
from a work standpoint, yeah.
So pretty much you're looking for somebody through the first weekend of October.
Correct.
Okay. Yep. Very good. How many hours a week do the work campers typically put in for you?
Typically, it's usually about 25 to 30. That's pretty much the minimum that I would require for a work camper. But I'm also flexible. If somebody is looking to get more closer to that 40-hour mark, I can absolutely accommodate them as well.
How are my days off? Are they consecutive?
They're absolutely consecutive. They're consecutive days off. If you come in as a couple, I will guarantee you the same days off. I'm not going to stagger you so that you can't spend time doing the things you want to do here in New England. And it's usually about 2 to 3 days off a week. And again, that really depends upon how many hours you want to put in. If you want to explore more in the area, then I'll give you the 3 days off, and that's not a problem at all.
Okay. Are these paid positions, or are they basically work camping to get the campsite?
Yep, it's 100% paid. So you're going to get with Friendly Beaver Campground, you'll get the full hookup site, water, electric, sewer. You'll get free internet. That's all included. Nothing asked from us. And then all your hours are 100% paid.
What rate do you start people at?
We're probably somewhere around the $14 an hour rate right now.
Okay. How many work campers are you planning to hire in 2026?
I'm looking to bring about 10 work campers in this year, which is a record for us. Last year, we had about 8 work campers. I do have 4 people who are returning, and they've been with us several years now, which is nice. So yeah, probably another 6 work campers.
Are there any special traits or qualifications you're looking for?
Just basically people with a friendly attitude, positive. Customer service. My customers are my number one thing. Without them, I wouldn't be doing this podcast with you right now. The qualities I'm looking for is just that friendliness and that willingness to be able to be a campground ambassador, so to speak. I don't require any special training or anything like that. And you're in work in the office, have some basic computer skills would be very helpful. But a lot of our systems are written in-house. So even if you knew another campground system, it might not be that much of a benefit to me because I'm going to have to train you on the new stuff anyway.
Did you develop it yourself?
I did. Yes. Yeah. A lot of the stuff in here is from me and my computer programming skills. And I don't do a lot of computer programming professionally, but I'm using it for the benefit of the camp.
That's the best way to do it. Absolutely.
Yes.
If you are looking for specific kind of projects around the campground this summer, are there any special skills in those areas that you'd be looking for?
No, there's really no special projects coming on. In the campground itself, there are 2 main projects I'm doing right now. I'm trying to upgrade. Some of our sites still have 30 amp electric, so we're in the process of upgrading that to the 50 amp electric. And then the other big project is going to be potentially our sports complex area. So I'm going to place there with horseshoes and volleyball and cornhole. And I want to expand it a little bit more and put a little bit more for the kids to be able to do back there. Speaking to that, if anybody had skills with that, obviously that would be a benefit to the campground. But I'm not specifically looking for that.
When do you typically begin recruiting for work campers?
So typically it's over the winter months, definitely. But probably a little bit later this year than I wanted to in the past. I've used some recruiting agencies in the past, but I found it far better to just get online and start talking with people. And that personal touch just seems to go a long way versus having this random person who knows nothing about your business trying to find someone to bring in help.
What's an interviewing and hiring process look like for a Friendly Beaver?
Typically, somebody would just reach out with a resume. That's very helpful. I like to have a picture of the camper and stuff like that to know what's coming in. And then it's just a Zoom call. We'll set up a Zoom meeting. So when I say work family owned and operated, it's my mother who owns the campground and me and my brother run it. I pretty much take care of the office side of things. My brother takes care of the outside things. But those interviews will involve all three of us. So we'll get online and chat. Very informal, very much just like a conversation at a coffee table type of thing, just trying to get to know one another. And then from there, if everything looks good, we'll run a background check and then go forward with an offer.
How long does it typically take to get to that position from the time somebody would to submit an application to the time they'd be hired?
Fairly quick. Probably within a week or two, I could imagine everything wrapped up. Yeah.
Okay. Now, are you looking for just solo work campers, couples, or would you consider families as well?
Oh, I'm open to them all. Yes. Anybody who's interested, absolutely. Families are great. I love people with kids because they just get involved with the campground a little bit more. But families, couples, even solos. I know some campgrounds have some issues with hiring solo campers, but I don't. I've had some wonderful people come in here who've been solo campers. So yes, everyone's welcome to apply.
I like to hear that. Does that mean that you would put teenagers traveling with their families to work as well?
I'm very much open to that. Absolutely. Yes. Okay. Obviously, I've got to follow state law. 14, 15 years old becomes challenging a little bit. If they're 16 or 17, it's far easier. Yes, I'm very much open to that as well.
Super. Is there something a work camper could really do to stand out if they absolutely wanted to come and work for you?
It's just showing that enthusiasm. The people that have stood out to me in the past are the people that are they're very outgoing, they're very friendly, they're very much wanting to help the customer. I love putting that customer first. If something happens, that they were willing to be able to take the time to help the customer. And in return, obviously, we appreciate our work campers and we do things in return to appreciate them as well.
What can people do in the New Boston area when they're not working?
So the New Boston area is a small town. We've only got about 3,000 or 4,000 people here. So there's not going to be much in the town itself. But the benefit of where we're at is you've got north of us, you've got the White Mountains, which there's tons and tons of stuff up there to do. South of us, you've got Boston, which is if you want more of a city life or to get into stuff like that, there's there. And then east of us, you've got the seacoast, if you want more of a beach and the type of environment. Everything's usually about an hour and a half away. You're on your days off, you're very centrally located. You're very easy to be able to get around and do a whole bunch of stuff.
I said before that it's a little bit remote, and work campers determine what remote is by how far the nearest Walmart is. How far is the nearest Walmart?
The nearest Walmart, about a half hour.
Okay, very good.
25 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes. Yep.
So about 90 minutes to Boston, and New York City would be maybe 2.5 hours?
It's probably close to about 4 hours.
Oh, my goodness, I got that wrong. Okay, super. But then they can go to the coast as well. It sounds like a fun area. And there's so much history in that area for people to explore.
Oh, there is. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've had people who like the Freedom Trail and stuff like that down in Boston. And there's a lot to do and see here.
A lot of water activities too, if I'm not mistaken. Aren't there a lot of lakes in that area?
Lakes and ponds and stuff. Yep. Absolutely. The swimming, and I've had people who went kayaking and yep. Absolutely.
What's one thing you wish all work campers knew before they came to work for you?
For me specifically, just how busy the campground can get in the middle of the summer. A typical work camper, when they start with me in May, it's going to be really slow. But I understand that. I'm using that opportunity to be able to do some training. But as soon as the kids get out of school, it's like full steam ahead. It's an operation here. But I don't think it really scares people, but it's just one thing I wish that people would understand is it will get busy. It will get a little hectic. A little flexibility is great. But at the same time, I have fun, enjoy what we have to offer here. Absolutely.
Okay, super. Where can people get more information about the campground or to actually submit an application?
Yep. So we have our website, friendlybeaver.com. And then you're always welcome to submit a resume. My email is robert@friendlybeaver.com.
Okay. So that's how you prefer the resumes be sent, by email?
My email, please. Yes.
Wonderful.
Great.
Wonderful. This was fun. Sounds like it'd be a great summer. You mentioned a lot of kids. You're a family-friendly campground. Does that mean there are a lot of kids there?
There are a lot of kids. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. All age ranges, everything from toddlers up to teenagers. With activities, we have planned activities with activity directors to help facilitate people. Yeah, a lot of kids.
So work campers who like kids would be encouraged to apply.
Absolutely. Yes.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your time today, Robert. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. That's been great. Thank you so much.
I enjoyed talking to Robert Charest, the manager of Friendly Beaver Campground in New Boston, New Hampshire. Robert described the various types of work camping help he needs throughout the summer season. Opportunities typically run from around May 1st through at least Labor Day, with the option to extend closer to early October. Robert hires for a full range of campground roles, including store and office help, maintenance and facility cleaning, as well as leading various activities. He tries to make the schedule friendly to work campers by including consecutive days off and matching days off for couples. All positions are paid and include a full hookup RV site with water, electric, and sewer connections, plus free internet. The campground's hiring process starts by sending a resume and photos of your rig, followed by a Zoom conversation with the family leadership team and a background check. If Friendly Beaver Campground sounds like a fit for your next work camping stop, you can learn more at www.friendlybeaver.com. To apply, email your resume to robert@friendlybeaver.com. Today's episode was sponsored by Workamper News. Creating a resume can be a cumbersome and intimidating task, especially if you haven't written a resume in many years. The unique Workamper News Resume Builder takes you through a step-by-step process to build a complete resume with all the information Workamper employers are looking for when reviewing applications. Once complete, your resume can be emailed to anyone, and the software tracks when and to who you have sent it. You can print out the resume or make it into a PDF which can be uploaded or emailed. Some employers never advertise, not on workamper.com or anywhere else. They find all of their applicants just by searching the Workamper News Resume database. If you don't have a resume in the workamper.com database, you'll be missing out on some great opportunities. So open the door to more work camping jobs by becoming a member today by visiting www.workamper.com. That's all for this week's show. As everyone is gearing up for a busy summer, there are lots of employers out there looking for help. Next week, I'll feature another employer with multiple opportunities in several states in the Midwest and along the East Coast. I'll have that interview on the next episode of The Work Camper Show. Thank you for listening.